What is going on, guys? Welcome to Greggles TV Daily Rewind. This is where we go back a week and give you all of your tech news in one single video. This week was filled with Note 20 leaks. That's right, Note 20 leaks. A new $3,000 Galaxy Fold 2. We've got more information on the Galaxy Fold itself. We've got information on the new iPhone 12s that are coming out, the 12, 12 Pro, and 12 Pro Max, and a whole hell of a lot more. So watch this week. Let me know what your favorite story is of the week. I'll see you in the next one.
First story of the day is about the OnePlus 8 and 8 Pro. Now, previously, the unlocked versions of these phones didn't work with Verizon. They now do. So if you have that phone or you're thinking about buying it and using it on Verizon, the unlocked versions, you now can. Also, speaking of the OnePlus 8 and 8 Pro, a new update was pushed out. It is the Oxygen OS 10.5.6 update, and it brought with it a system update which fixed known issues and improved system stability, and also updated the camera, refined the dirt detection capability to be more accurate than ever. That means like when there's a thing, it notices a smudge on the camera, it has improved that feature. It also improved the camera's shooting experience with the front camera and improved the stability. If you have a Galaxy Note 9, the One UI 2.1 update should be out for you guys in June. Now, this should bring some extra new features and improve it and bring it in line even closer with some of their newer phones like the S10, the Note 10, and the S20 phones. As you know, we've been talking about the Galaxy Bud X's, or as you might have previously heard me say, the Galaxy Bud Beans, which are going to be the next generation of Galaxy Buds, and we have even more information about these, and it sounds even better than ever. Now, as you can see from the headline, it says Galaxy Bud X's to have ANC, which is active noise cancellation, which we did know, audio playback, and built-in storage. Now, all the Galaxy Buds have had storage, but they haven't had the ability to do audio playback. So what that means is these Galaxy Bud X's are gonna have the ability to not only be connected to your phone and work, but also work independently of your phone and have music and audiobooks and whatever other audio on there so that you can use them independently of those devices. So if you go running and you don't want to use your phone connected to your body or in your pocket or something, or walking, whatever, you just want to use the earbuds and listen to your audiobook or your whatever it is, your music independently, you'll be able to do that. This is freaking awesome. I know they had some other headphones a few years ago. They had X, I can't remember what the name was. They had X in the name of them as well. Those had the same feature, but this is coming to the Galaxy Bud X's as well. Are you gonna buy these things or what? Let me know in the comments down below. And the last story of the day about the Galaxy S20 phones here in America. The big update, or the update that's supposed to fix the cameras or at least make it even better, has actually come out. It came out this morning. It's called the ATD1 update. Now, this is the update we talked about earlier in the month, actually earlier in April, coming out in China. And Ice Universe talked about it and said that the Galaxy S20 series TD1, which is also the ATD1, once again improving the focus, HDR, and fine-tuning the transition of animation throughout the operating system. So this is not a huge update either. It's about 200 megs, and you can get it right now. I know Verizon, I also know AT&T can get this unlocked, and the carrier versions. I'm not so sure about T-Mobile and Sprint. I don't think they've got it yet. I could be wrong at the time of making this video, but check regardless to see if you got the update. I did a quick little test. It does seem better. It's definitely not perfect, but it does seem better overall. Hopefully it's not a placebo and I'm just imagining it, but it does seem a little bit better for sure. Let's get into the tech news. First story of the day is about the Galaxy Bud Plus. As we talked about, a new color coming out, this rich, deep blue color. And right now they do have the light blue color, but this would be a deep blue color, and we didn't know the exact name. Well, it looks like we do now, and we have some high quality renders. It's going to be called Aura Blue, and this Aura Blue color was leaked out. The high quality renders anyway were leaked out by Evan Blass, and they show it off in all its deep blue color with the blue air tips and the blue casing and everything about these. We don't have an exact release date for this just yet. I would assume it's going to be out very, very soon. XDA developers also found some animations of these in the app, the Galaxy wearable app. So again, it should be very, very soon when these are out. And the last story of the day is about the Samsung Galaxy Note 20. Now, the other day, I was talking about the 120 hertz display on the Galaxy S20, S20 Plus, S20 Ultra, and how it probably will never ever get 1440p, aka WQHD Plus at 120 hertz because of the way they optimize the power usage and just the overall flow of information that they can push to the screen at a reasonably fast rate. Well, when I put out my videos, I also tweet out my videos, and the guy that talked about and leaked information about the Galaxy Fold 2 and the Galaxy Note 20 responded to my very tweet. And he says his first response was, Note 20 Ultra will be 120 hertz. And okay, so obviously that's kind of a given. So I responded back to him, I put 2K 120, and he responded back with QHD Plus 120 hertz. So if his rumored information does come out to be true, and he seems to be giving us some very, seemingly valid information about the phone, then what that does to us and for us is it's going to give it a leg up, obviously, ever so slightly, a leg up on the Galaxy S20 line of devices, so that you will get QHD Plus, 2K Plus, whatever you want to call it, at 120 hertz on here, whereas the S20 most likely and probably will never ever physically be able to do that. Let's get into the tech news. First story of the day is if you want to know more about the next release of Android 11, well, you can. On June 3rd, 2020, starting at 11 a.m. Eastern till 12 p.m. Eastern, and again, it's going to unveil new features packed inside the next release of Android 11, so you can get updates. It's mostly for developers, but if you're a fan of Android, it's going to let you know what's going on, so it's kind of a must-watch show for sure. Now, Android 11 will come out on the Pixel phones most likely as one of the first phones, but it'll eventually hit Samsung phones as well if you're a Samsung, because I know a lot of people that watch my show are Android and Samsung fans, and the Samsung phones, you might not get it for probably about 4 to 6 months after release. And the last story of the day is all about the cameras on the Galaxy S21 phone. We've got some interesting rumored leaks coming out about the cameras. Let's check this out. Now, it is translated, before we jump into it, it is translated from Korean, I believe it's Korean, to English. It says, it is rumored that the specifications for the 21st version Ultra camera, which is the S21, to be released next year have changed due to the Ultra problem of the recent S20. Laser autofocus will not be needed. So it sounds like they're gonna go away from laser autofocus, because it's obviously an issue so far with this phone. While it was confirmed as an existing quad camera, a unique combination was entered into one of the current development models with a close-up camera now. So the basic main sensor is gonna be 150 megapixels. Remember, that's up from, what are we at now? I think it's a 120 or something with this phone on the current one. Telephoto at 64 megapixel, a wide angle camera with 16 megapixels, and a close-up camera with 12 megapixels, plus a depth VGA level time of flight consisting of 5 cameras in a very unusual combination. So that they're saying up to 5 cameras on the back, pretty crazy. And there are 2 versions of this new sample. It is said that the OIS, which is optical image stabilization, is installed only on the main and the telephoto camera. So the macro camera and also the ultra wide will not have built-in OIS. They'll probably have EIS instead, electronic image stabilization. And then it says, in only the model with OIS on the front and the main plus telephoto. Wide angle are in the back are divided into OIS mounted samples, but it is only known in the second half to know how the specifications will be until the actual release. Now, they did say it was gonna be 4 cameras at first. Now it sounds like it's gonna be like 5 cameras on the back, but this is a setup from the TCL 10L, which I've done a video on. Check it out if you haven't already. But anyways, this has multiple cameras. It has a macro camera on there as well. It has tons of cameras on the back. So it's probably gonna look something similar to that, unless they use a housing like this again, where they make it square, but fit in all the lenses on the back. So it sounds like it's gonna be hopefully another camera powerhouse. And yeah, I guess we'll see what they end up doing with the S21. Let's get into the tech news. First story of the day is if you have YouTube TV, which is a subscription TV service that you subscribe and it streams television channels to you. Well, you've got more channels coming very, very soon, actually. Now, coming this summer, you're gonna get BET, CMT, Comedy Central, MTV, Nickelodeon, Paramount Network, TV Land, and VH1. And then coming a little bit later after that, BET Her, MTV2, Nick Jr., Nicktoons, Teen Nick, and MTV Classic. Now, it seems that anytime YouTube TV adds more channels, their prices go up like ever so slightly, maybe like $5 or $10 more per month. I kind of wouldn't be surprised if their prices go up very, very soon. If not, then it's still a very good added bonus for, you know, the $50 you pay to add that many more channels. Next up is about the next OnePlus phone. Now, it could be the OnePlus 8 Pro T or the OnePlus 9 Pro or 9, whatever they end up calling this phone. Well, it looks like it's gonna come with much faster charging. Now, it's been certified, you can see right here, OnePlus 65 watt fast charger receives safety certification from TÜV Rheinland, might ship with its next flagship. Why is this huge? Because currently they do have a 30 watt fast charger, but if this goes 65 watts, you're looking at a 4,000 milliamp phone charging from 0 to 100 in 30 minutes. That's ridiculous. Imagine that. I know Realme already has a 65 watt charger, but still, come on, damn, that's crazy. 30 minutes, it's amazing. And the last story of the day comes from Jon Prosser, who is a YouTuber, and he's been leaking tons and tons of Apple information lately, ridiculous amounts. If you ever want to know anything about Apple, follow this guy. Anyways, he leaked out the following tweet today, saying that the new Apple TV 4K with A12X processor, that's the same processor that comes in their 2018 iPad Pro. Super powerful processor. It's also going to come with either 64 or 128 gigs of storage, depending upon the one you choose. Ready to ship. Its codename is Neptune T1125. He said another one of those things that could drop anytime. Apple got no chill right now. I'll let you know if and when I hear a date. Who knows, maybe Apple can keep it a secret from me. He goes on to say he does have images, but he can't share them. There's a sticker with the employee and spec info on them. He says it looks like a regular old Apple TV. You might wonder why it has an A12X processor, which is a super heavy duty desktop class pretty much processor. Well, it looks like they're really going to push gaming on this even more. They pushed gaming in the last one, but this one even more so. So you'll be able to play even more graphically intense games while also streaming all your favorite TV shows, movies, and all of that. Before we jump into the news though, today was crazy. So I had to really reach for the stars to get some news stories. So if some of this stuff is all over the place, that's why. Let's get into the news. First story of the day, Apple stores, if you didn't know, the retail stores have been closed for weeks at this point, and it looks like some of them in some states are opening up. Now, specifically, the ones that are going to start opening up next week are located in Idaho, South Carolina, Alabama, and Alaska. That's where you'll start to see some more Apple stores being opened. This is great news, obviously, for the economy, for people wanting to get back into their daily routine. So you have something to look forward to, especially if you're looking to either get Apple support locally or buy products from Apple locally as well. Next up, Google Pixel Buds, the completely wireless buds they have just released as of, I think it was last week. I didn't end up getting them just because, I don't know. If they want to send them to me, great, but I have so many earbuds and I don't know. They didn't seem that special to me, but regardless, they have, they're gonna have a thing where, just like their phones where they have these feature drops, so are these. They didn't say specifically what, but they said Google Pixel Buds will get feature drops just like Pixel phones. This is great news. If you have these, you know, the features that you have now will probably stay and improve, but then they'll also add additional features to these earbuds to give you even additional value for what you paid for. The next story is more just kind of an FYI if you're looking for some of the best, at least this is what the reviewers have been saying, buds, and these come from Sony. These are about to come out. I'll link them down below. Looks like they're going to be released on May 31st. They are the Sony WF SP800Ns. They're truly wireless, and the big deal about these are they are lower priced than the previous generation, and they also have noise cancellation, but they also are sweat resistant, which the last generation wasn't. So lower price and added sweat resistance to these. make them a great value. So if you're looking to pick something up and these are supposed to sound great, check these ones out. And the last story of the day is kind of a ridiculous story. And I know I've seen this story before, similar story from Google. This guy went onto Google's website, ordered a Pixel 4 phone, I think it was the Pixel 4 XL for $499. And he was expecting one phone. And what did Google send him? 10 Google Pixel 4 XL phones. My phone hears me. For free, basically. So they sent these accidentally to him. So we got $5,000 worth of Google Pixel 4 phones for free. Put this on Reddit, took a picture of it. It's ridiculous, crazy. Let's get into the tech news. First story of the day is a very interesting one. It comes from LG and some new technology that they have coming out on rotating dual displays on your phone. Now this story comes from the Korea Herald, and they say that LG is going to be coming out with a rotating displayed phone. So you'd have two displays, but one of the displays can rotate. So one would be vertical, one would be horizontal, and you can end up using your phone that way. I can't think of many instances where somebody might want this, but maybe it'll come into play where, you know, there's multiple ways to use this and it would be great to have this, but I can't think of any. But it's a very interesting way to push technology, and I love it because it's obviously something new. I mean, they kind of have this with, think of like a DSLR camera where you have the part where the screen rotates out so you can see yourself while you talk. I can see it working something along those lines, but still, just on an app side basis, I don't know. What do you guys think? Next story is about Apple's next product, which will be over-the-ear headphones. Now, first of all, this information comes from John Prosser, who goes on to say that Apple's over-the-ear headphones are going to be called the AirPods Studio, and they're going to cost $349. So they're going to keep that AirPods moniker, even though AirPods have been known to just be headphones, that little earbuds that go in your ear. Looks like they're also going to be over-the-ear headphones as well. So we'll have to wait and see. These should be out fairly soon, I would guess, probably sometime mid 2020, I guess, or as late as fall 2020. But yeah, kind of expensive, but hopefully they'll sound just as good as the price. And the last story of the day is all about the Samsung Galaxy Fold 2, which I definitely want at this point. These tweets come from Max Weinbach, who has released a lot of information in the past on Samsung devices. And he's saying these three films could be the ones used on the Galaxy Fold 2. So you're looking at a red Galaxy Fold 2, you're looking at a purplish looking one, and also a bluish looking one. And all of them have kind of gradient, just slightly different colors built in between the phones that make them change color, it looks like. He also put out another tweet saying that Samsung is also working on another Tom Brown device, and it could cost as much as $3,000. This is the ultra premium and could be ceramic and stainless steel. The base with 256 gigabyte is going to be a bit cheaper. Someone asked him how much cheaper, and we've kind of talked about this. He goes on to say he thinks it's going to be $1,780, and I think he's probably going to be right. It could be as much as $1,880. So probably somewhere between $1,780 and $1,880. So there you guys go. What do you think about the Galaxy Fold 2 colors and that $3,000 Tom Brown edition? I would bet the Tom Brown edition is probably going to come with a lot of extras as well. Not only just having the branding of the Tom Brown look to it, but also, you know, maybe the Galaxy Bud Plus is maybe something else as well, because that's $1,200 more than what the base version of the Galaxy Fold 2 is going to have. So let's get into the tech news. Our only story of the day is about the iPhone 12 devices. And talking about the iPhone 12, 12 Pro, and 12 Pro Max. And they have some crazy things going on. These are rumors that come from Everything Apple Pro. So if you want to check out his original video, it's linked down below, but I pulled this information from some websites, so let's check it out. And as you can see from the headline, iPhone 12 Pro to feature ProMotion high refresh rate, improved Face ID, and 3x rear camera zoom. So only the Pro models are supposed to be getting the ProMotion. ProMotion will allow the screen's refresh rate to go from 24 to 60 all the way up to 120 hertz. So that's going to match what you get on the Samsung Galaxy S20, 120 hertz display on the new iPhone 12 Pro and Pro Max. The regular 12 will have a 60 hertz display. Now also improved Face ID, so it's going to be able to capture a wider viewing angle when you're trying to unlock your phone. So if you have it super close, it might still be able to do it because it's going to capture a wider angle view of it. And then that's not all to do with the cameras as well. So the cameras on the back are going to be much improved with low light and stabilization and just overall quality of the phone because of the LiDAR sensor that's on the back of the phones, or that will be on the back of the phones, the iPhone 12 phones, to improve all of that overall. There's also rumors of the phones having as much or as big as a 4,400 milliamp battery in them, at least the 12 Pro Max. Also, there's rumors of the phones having up to 30x optical zoom on the back, so you can really zoom into something really, really well. So the iPhone 12, 12 Pro, and 12 Pro Max looking like a really, really big upgrade. And also, don't forget the notch that they have on the current phones, the 11, it's supposed to be even smaller. Still be a notch, but it should be smaller than what you see on the 11. So that's always a good thing as well. So improved cameras, bigger, better batteries, 5G, 120 hertz display. What more could you ask for in a phone? You're gonna say, well, look, Android. Well, it's still, well, I'm just talking about iPhone. Thanks for watching, guys. Your question of the day is, does this new iPhone, the iPhone 12, 12 Pro, 12 Pro Max, get you excited? Is there anything about the phone that maybe you're like, you know what, maybe I will switch over to it? Let me know in the comments down below. I do plan on picking one of these up. I currently have the iPhone 11. I think, since the Pro has the higher refresh rate on the screen, I think I'm gonna go the Pro Max this time. Let me know what you're gonna do. We'll see you guys down the road. Peace.